crocodiles to cross to the other side. You can't tell them anything. So that's what hungry, empty stomach breed. Cyril thinks the soldiers are going to stop this thing. If these people who are running these threats run these threats for a year, there will not be budget for those soldiers. Those soldiers too will be hungry. And as people loot, they will join them in the looting. Because they are hungry, there's nothing they can do. But what is even more dangerous for Cyril is that if they do not loot, they will turn their guns on Cyril and demand that this government must step down. It's very dangerous to take soldiers from the barracks, because it might not be easy to tell them to go back to the barracks after they tasted a nice life outside the barracks. So what they are doing is actually a danger on its own. The banks have always colluded with scammers. The banks have always worked with scammers. The only people banks hate is politicians. And politicians who are opposed to anyone who the banks have installed in the leadership of South Africa. If you hate Trevor Manuel, if you hate Pravin Gordhan, if you hate Cyril Ramaphosa, if you hate Enoch Godongwana, you are very lucky to have a bank account in South Africa. By just hating those people, you are the enemy of the banks in South Africa. And the banks that are conniving with criminals to steal from our people. There, Transnet is collapsing. That former CEO of Transnet, Gama, was running a solid machine there. Now we hear that actually Brian Molefe was recommended by Cyril Ramaphosa. There is no noise. It's Ramaphosa who recommended Brian Molefe. There is no noise. But if it was confirmed that Brian Molefe was recommended by Zuma, it was going to be a huge problem. Another politician recommended Brian Molefe, who we all concluded is corrupt. Now that he was recommended by the favorite, the noise is not coming that much. So we exist in an era and time of hypocrisy. Let those who say we are lying tell us of a single achievement Ramaphosa has made, or Pravin Gordhan. They thought they were going to lead this country for the next 10 years, and the only thing they are going to tell us is that it is Zuma who messed up the country. Yes, we agree with you. Zuma messed up the country. What have you done to fix it? The term is coming to an end now. Cyril found the ANC here. The ANC is at its lowest from where he found it. Yeah? When he took the ANC at 63, he has now put it at 57%. Organizationally, internally, the ANC is at its weakest state. But defenders of Cyril and the media will make you think that Cyril has put the ANC from 57 to 65. What is this, 2/3? No. Yeah, it's like Cyril has put the ANC at 66. If you listen without knowing the facts, you'll think that Cyril has improved the ANC's performance in elections and has built a strong ANC internally. Nothing. What has he done? He has purged all his opponents. DP? He can't pay salaries. Something we have never heard of in the era of those who came before him. Actually, when we were in the ANC, our salaries were increased by Matthew Phosa under Zuma. We were earning, as the president of the Youth League, I was earning 20,000. We were given 49,000. Increased from 20 to 49 by Matthew Phosa and Zuma's leadership. There's never been a point where we never got salaries. Under Ramaphosa, the so-called imaginary president, The ANC is not paying salaries. Worse, is even chowing the pension money of workers. How brutal can you be? To lie to workers that you are paying